So I was working on the video editing for the last session, and now I'm understanding what I need to work on the next session. I think that's something I need to do more often. Every time I think about what I want to do, and so you probably won't be able to see it, but what I realize is really I tend to have my upper body when I shift my weight, and this is something I know for a long time. I tend to have actually my upper body that is moving too much forward, and my hips not enough forward. They actually stay a little bit behind my head, and so and this go on with everything I am working on to try to build more lag, to stay behind the ball, to close more the club face with the wrist in order to get more forward shaft lean and so on. I have no clue how to explain that, but this is basically trying to just keep the, I don't know, maybe it's obvious for you, but for me it's just strange. Just staying more behind, rotating my hip a little bit more, keeping my shoulder a little bit more close, trying to rotate both of my arm more to the right as I'm doing so, create more axis tilt with my spine during the downswing, and trying, because doing all of that will create a club that is going to arrive at impact, if I don't know anything else, really open, really from the inside and so on. And so really trying to have the club face closing with the wrist like this, where you're bowing the wrist, but not intentionally. As always in the golf swing, you don't want to force things. You want to find a way to do things naturally, and so as I'm doing this motion that I explained, I try to also feel to find out how I can make this club face close naturally, and it forced me to keep my shoulder even closer, and rotated my hips a little bit, not saying more, but really trying to stay behind a lot more in order to have the club face the club going enough from the inside, so the club face is actually closing naturally. So yes, that's something that's what we are going to work on, maybe today or tomorrow, I don't know, but in the next session this is what we are going to focus on. And also I realized something very, very, very interesting about the golf swing and how everything works. It's primarily about, I told you in some videos about the fact that the longer the club, the more left the pass is going to be naturally, just because of the length of the club, the impact that is going to have on the backswing, and the ball position that is moving forward as you go. And the shorter the club, the more inside the pass is going to be. And what's interesting to me is that this is not something that I have ever heard a lot, and or have any people talk about solution, how to fix that, what is the solution? Because I think I consider that to be the main issue that any golfer has to solve in their golf system in order to be performant and to be able to score. And so something I realized is maybe because the way people are doing things, there is maybe that's just some thoughts I have, that the reason why all of those golfers on a professional level kind of have a similar swing, even though the backswing is different, in the downswing things generally tend to be the same. And so and there is a lot of different ways actually to go down and hit the ball, but they are really consistent in their downswing when they are hitting the ball. And so, and I think I may touch on why. Because what's happened is the longer the club, the more inside you want your pass of the golf swing to be, or at least relative to the previous club. You want to feel that you are going more and more from the inside as the club get longer and longer. But if and the ball is moving forward also. But if you keep your head behind, and as the ball moves forward, you are becoming more and more behind the ball. If you keep your head still and just have your hips moving back forward more and more and more as the ball moves more and more forward, what's happened is you create more and more axis tilt in your golf swing, and this create a club path that is going more and more and more from the inside. And so naturally, as the ball moves forward in the stance, this creates more and more axis tilt, which create a club path going more and more from the inside. And actually, you're having a balance where even though the club is moving more and more, the path as the club gets longer, move more and more to the left, you, by adding axis tilt, because the ball is moving forward, you have your club path that is actually going to go progressively more from the inside. And so those two things, those two parameters are cancelling each other progressively. So that's really something very interesting, because during the last session, during the last training I just wasn't able to do the thing I was doing before, where I was changing my club path and I actually get the result I wanted. And strangely enough, I didn't have to change anything. Almost, it felt like I didn't have to change anything, and the ball flight stayed relatively the same. And this struck me. Why? What? So maybe because subconsciously I start to adapt to the thoughts I have, to the understanding I have of the fact that I need to go more from the inside as I go with a longer club. And by doing that, and also this is in the process of me becoming better and trying to understand golf swing deeper, I move toward having this swing that is more like the best player in the world, where actually I try to keep my head behind, move my hips more forward, create more lag and forward shuffling at impact, and so on. And because I'm moving toward that, naturally, I'm going to fix the issue that I had before, where I had to actually make different swing for each club in order to adapt to what I was doing before. So anyway, that's really interesting. That's something I never thought before, that you can have a way to actually, so but it make you very, very subtle. So this system make it very dependent on the ball position, on the width of your stance, and so and no more really about the motion. The motion is relatively staying the same, but it adapts as you go. So maybe in the future I will need to have a lot. If I'm evolving in this direction, I will need to put a lot more focus on my setup and not the motion. The motion will stay the same, but I still have different. I still have a lot of different way of doing between the driver and woods and the irons. That I still can't make the same swing. I have to have two different swing in the backswing at least, but in the downswing maybe it's kind of the same. Anyway, so I hope it's interesting. I hope it makes sense. I hope you can take it to your game and do something with it. And I see you next time.
baby, you could be one. Let me change your life, I could show you many reasons, different seasons. Hop in my bag and I stay in it, hit from the back and I stay in it. He is not damn, don't play with him. She is not damn, don't play with her. I got a R-O-D, she got a P-N-C. Baby girl, you know you was made for me. Hop in my bag and I stay in it, hit from the back and I stay in it. She is not damn, don't play with him. She is not damn, don't play with her. I got a R-O-D, she got a P-N-C. Baby girl, you know you was made for me.
Hop in the way and I stay in it. I beat it up, I don't play in it. I bust it up, then lay in it. Let's go again, you okay with it? I'm parked up, valeting it. Shoot my shot and I'm draining it. I'm Steph Curry, ain't playing this. I don't know what you cost, but I'm paying it. All options, I'm weighing it. If I'm going in, I'm staying in. A king bag, come laying it. Day and night, it's the way of life. I'll weigh you out, then take you out to the Waffle House for some steak and eggs. Pulling up, then we hopping out. Got you walking out with the wobble legs. Wait, girl, I peeped you looking like a baddie, you a diva. Pretty face, caramel skin like a Leah. Saw that fatty poking from the back like Serena. So let me see some.
Hop in my bag and I stay in it, hit from the back and I stay in it. He is not damn, don't play with him. She is not damn, don't play with her. I got a R-O-D, she got a P-N-C. Baby girl, you know you was made for me. Hop in my bag and I stay in it, hit from the back and I stay in it. He is not damn, don't play with him. She is not damn, don't play with her. I got a R-O-D, she got a P-N-C. Baby girl, you know you was made for me. Yeah, bad little John, she pressure. Know that I got you forever. Love her, she got it together. Switching it up when she want, yeah. I seen it the day that I met her. Rocking it off like sweater. Shoes, Bottega Veneta. Hey, yeah. Know you got it, girl. Set the bar, then shot it, yeah. Slip and sliding, you ain't tricking unless you got it, yeah. Can't break that bond, match the charms, and unless she wear everything done, we done did it and we took it there. Cause I see you looking like a snack, let me see some. You are the wifey type, maybe you could be one. Make me change your life, I could show you many reasons, different seasons. Hop in my bag and I stay in it, hit from the back and I stay in it. He is not damn, don't play with him. She is not damn, don't play with her. I got a R-O-D, she got a P-N-C. Baby girl, you know you was made for me. Hop in my bag and I stay in it, hit from the back and I stay in it. He is not damn, don't play with him. She is not damn, don't play with her. I got a R-O-D, she got a P-N-C. Baby girl, you know you was made for me. Hop in my bag and I stay in it.
acting like a hot shot. Now your body bleeding from the hot shot. Oh, I ain't tryna be no up doc. No, oh, I ain't tryna be no up doc.
My
daddy left from Palestine to Houston in a coffin. Nah, he ain't dead, but mentally we probably lost him. I feel like Kendrick Perkins running 5-on-5 in Boston. Cause I've been running way too long, now I just feel exhausted. Cause I've seen 18 weeks at 18. I've carried so much weight like hot green. I've done things I can't believe. I just might break down and scream. Cause band-aids won't fix the wristlets. Carved up a 6'6". I was on the list. I grew up a misfit. All black lipstick, white face paint, tongue out like a kiss disc. My partner gave me 6 bricks and he told me flip this. Money bags with a mask on like Ipkiss. If he wanna run, I hit the blitz with the hit stick. The biscuit to turn a grown man to a pancake bisquick. You get to acting like a hot shot. Now your body bleeding from the hot shot. You shouldn't have to be my op, doc. You shouldn't have to be my up. Now by the time my daddy left, I barely switched the size and diapers. He was searching for a source to get him higher. Higher learning, I'm focused. Barely make good decisions. I guess when you missing Papa, you tend to be lacking vision. I marvel how we avenge it. Split it with the opinions, divided by our positions. Suspicious of our condition. Even though people killing it, lying to get commission. Cause you can live with somebody and never know their intention. These politicians be selling my people that science fiction. I'm guided by my conviction. They think it's a contradiction. I bleed on my composition. My flow is an epidemic. You might need a paramedic as soon as you try and listen. I'm giving you niggas crack, spitting at Richard Nixon. I'm blacker than expedition, driven by presidential security team defenses. I'm changing your supposition. Nah, wait, I'm correcting your corrective lenses, knocking those down off the hinges. Forget the public interest. I don't follow trends, I invent them.
Knocking those down off the hinges. Knocking those down off the hinges.
Off your list of goodbyes. You're sick of Saturday nights when I call you. You ain't got time to. You say you waited for hours.
What if I told you?
You know I'll see you tomorrow. You can say your last goodbyes. I never take what you say from the bottle. Looking sideways, but how am I the one to blame when you're distorting pictures? Calling my name. Looking sideways, but how am I the one to blame when you're distorting pictures? Calling my name. I see what's next through details and texts, and they see me stressed. The less I give, the less I give.
Figures in the wind, roll 'em in, roll 'em out, when the faded skin, overruled by the proud. Figures in the wind, roll 'em in, roll 'em out, when the faded skin, overruled by the proud. Figures in the wind, roll 'em in, roll 'em out, when the faded skin, overruled by the proud. Figures in the wind, roll 'em in, roll 'em out, when the faded skin, overruled by the proud. Figures in the mirror, roll 'em in, perfect color dripping right up off my skin. Roll 'em out, silver color, let 'em in on the dial. Tell your friends, give me something, play pretend. Pink and white, my favorite sin. Take a look, watch yourself, don't get too close. I done shook these niggas free. Body blows, let's on the later, adios. Just turn the knob and tell them kids to listen in. Cause pink look white for the hell of it.
Looking sideways, but how am I the one to blame when you're distorting pictures? Calling my name.
Saw the city passing by my window. Was in the crowd, but I felt so alone. Looked at my phone like every other second. My future was blurry and numb, a tunnel where there's no light. Oh, but then you came and sat right next to me. Your eyes, they glowed and filled me up. We had never met before that time, but I just knew that we'd end up. You took it, you took it, took away my loneliness. So I know it, I know it. You're making me wholehearted. Together, together is always better. I don't want to be parted. You're making me wholehearted. You're making me wholehearted. We jumped off the subway leading nowhere. Your warm hands rubbed off the cold around me. I heard you say that everything is alright, but how did you know how I felt? You saw right through me that day. I was lost in space, but you pulled me down and wiped away those cloudy thoughts. I could see the sky when you were close to me. I can't believe what you brought. You took it, you took it, took away my loneliness. So I know it, I know it. You're making me wholehearted. Together, together is always better. I don't want to be parted. You're making me wholehearted. You're making me wholehearted. You're making me wholehearted. Together, together is always better. I don't want to be parted. You're making me wholehearted. Together, together is always better. I don't want to be parted. You're making me wholehearted. Together, together is always better. I don't want to be parted. You're making me wholehearted. Together, together is always better. I don't want to be parted. You're making me wholehearted. Together, together is always better. I don't want to be parted. You're making me wholehearted. Together, together is always better. I don't want to be parted. You're making me wholehearted. Together, together is always better. I don't want to be parted. You're making me wholehearted. Together, together is always better. I don't want to be parted. You're making me wholehearted. Together, together is always better. I don't want to be parted. You're making me wholehearted. Together, to wholehearted. You're making me wholehearted. I will always remember it. How you turned everything around. I will always remember it. How you got me off the battleground. How you got me off the battleground. Yeah. You took it, you took it. Took away my loneliness, so I know it, I know it. You're making me wholehearted. Together, together it's always better. I don't want to be parted. You're making me whole. We used to days you and me. 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 If should
session about? Actually, I have no clue myself. I'm just testing stuff, and my Trackman is running out of battery apparently. But anyway, so yeah, I think I'm going to finish first before, and then explain what this is about. Oh, I just finished in time. So during this session, I was trying to reshift my weight, trying to keep my shoulder closed. Shift my bump my hips more forward, as I'm keeping my shoulder closed in order to have my arm move more in front of my body, and having tried to close the club face. That's really weird. I don't know how to explain, but yeah, I have no clue how to explain. Maybe I will just do some voiceover over what I did. Maybe it's going to make more sense. And it's difficult to be in peace. Anyway, so yeah, and what I found is I really struggle to get my pass not in way out to the right. I mean, at least that's not a problem I have. The longer the club, my pass is so much inside that I will not have issue going forward. But the issue is primarily with the shorter club, because I'm just way too much from the inside, and so it makes it difficult to be accurate in my ball flight. I mean, I'm able to do something, but the only reason is because with shorter club, with the wedges, the ball take less curve for the same amount of differential between the club path and the face angle. So that was the only reason why I was able to do some good shots. But still, the ball is starting way right, a little bit right, not that much, but a little bit, and it's come back to the center. But the issue is with a club pass that is that much inside, that's going to create a lot of inconsistency with because sometimes I will just not be able to keep the club face open and shut the club face, and then I'm going to miss the ball left, and so that's and I really struggle. I mean, as soon as you start involving the lower body in the downswing, in the transition, in the downswing, and you're pulling the club the right way. I'm not sure I'm doing it, but that makes it very difficult to actually come right to left and hit fade. I really struggle to hit fade. That's why you see sometimes the guys that are actually hitting fade are actually pushing the ball maybe a little bit, and then the ball is curving, but this is very rare. There's rare people that are actually starting the ball left of the target, now that I think about it. Anyway, so it went well, and then at the end I tried to challenge myself a little bit with the driver to not necessarily about speed. I've been able to do something closer to 108, but more because about the distance, the carry distance. I tried to reach 250 meters in carry distance, but I wasn't able. I think it's 245, maybe that was the longest I hit, because the way I'm working on my downswing actually make me arrive in the impact area with a very strong face. What I mean by strong is very delofted. And so this creates a lot of compression, and so even though I'm not increasing that much my speed in terms of club, I'm able to have a good smash factor and actually have the ball that is starting faster, and with the right angle and so on, it can go longer. So that's why I know that the way I work on things, because it's not really consolidated, it's very difficult to actually increase my speed. Speed is going to come over time, but because of the thing I'm working on, I can try to focus on increasing my distance, which comes with doing the right motion, with energy, with as much speed as I can give, and hitting the ball at dead center of the face. If I'm able to do all those things, I can produce longer ball flights. And also by doing that, by focusing on having all the elements right to the right distance, as well as trying to hit as fast as I can, I'm forcing my subconscious to find solution in order to generate more speed with this new technique I'm building, that I'm working on. Because the issue is, currently I cannot just focus on speed. If I just focus on speed, I'm going to come back on my old way of doing, because this is the way I was used to generate speed. Now I need to learn, given all the things I've worked on, how I can generate speed with my new way without coming back. So this is why I thought maybe stop trying that much to focus on speed and just distance or ball speed. Maybe ball speed can be a good factor, but and so it just forced me to do everything right. Anyway, so thanks you for watching, and I'll see you next time.